Democratic Senator Jeanne Shaheen of New Hampshire is joining me now. She is the ranking member on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Thank you for being here this morning. I know there is plenty of work to do on your end. Look, first to this. Iran denies it, but the Trump administration says Iran has reached out to restart negotiations. With Israel continuing to kill the top Iranian leaders like Security Chief Ali Larijani, do you see a potential conflict of interest here if the United States wants to start negotiating if those in power keep getting assassinated, which, by the way, Israel, as you well know, promised to do that?
Well, unfortunately, we haven't seen from this administration what the strategy is to end this war in Iran. I would hope that diplomacy and trying to engage in negotiations would be on the table, but so far, given Israel's actions, given our continued missile strikes in Iran, it doesn't look like that's an option. So regardless of what the president says, what we're hearing from Iran and from the Iranian leaders who have spoken out is that they don't have any plans to negotiate with the United States.
I want to ask you about that. While the war with Iran is continuing, the president is also very clearly eyeing Cuba. Here's what he said.
I do believe I'll be having the honor of taking Cuba. That'd be good. That's a big honor.
Taking Cuba.
Taking Cuba in some form, yeah. Taking Cuba. I mean, whether I free it, take it, I think I could do anything I want with it.
He didn't come to Congress for the war that is currently going on, and it doesn't sound like he's coming to you guys with this plan, whatever it is. I mean, has Congress completely lost its power in all of this?
Well, Congress needs to take back the power. The fact is there is no transparency from this administration. They didn't come to Congress before going into Venezuela either. And I don't have any constituents in New Hampshire who are saying the United States needs to do another incursion into another country. What I hear my constituents saying is they're worried about the high prices of gasoline now. They're worried about the cost of groceries, of housing, of childcare, and they want to see action on that front. They don't want to see another forever war.
And speaking of which, one of the things that is going on is the funding of DHS, and TSA workers are suffering through working without pay again. Passengers standing in insanely long lines, and airline CEOs are pretty miffed. They've written an open letter demanding that y'all in Congress pass a DHS budget, saying in part, once again, air travel is the political football amid another government shutdown. The problem is solvable, and there are solutions on the table. Now it's up to you, Congress, to move forward. Are you anywhere near a deal to fund DHS yet?
Well, I'm not part of the negotiating team, but the fact is we could fund everything but ICE. And in the president's reconciliation bill that passed last year, they had plenty of funding for ICE operations, so they don't need that funding. And there are bills on the table right now that would fund all of the rest of Homeland Security. I think the American people would like to see reforms to how ICE operates. We want secure borders. The American people want that, and the president has done a good job of that. But he's gone overboard. We've seen excesses in the way ICE operates. When they're killing Americans on the streets of some of our big cities, that is not what ICE is supposed to be doing. So we need to see those reforms. We don't need to see mask bans roving streets in the United States. We need to see them at the border working for what they're supposed to be doing, securing our borders. And that's what this fight is about. The administration and the majority in Congress, the Republicans, could fund everything else within Homeland Security, including TSA, but they're not willing to do that.
Senator Jeanne Shaheen, it is a pleasure to have you on this morning. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Kate?